How would you like to find the easiest way, and this I've never found in 30 plus years of real estate, the easier way to fill up your listing lead pipeline? This is so easy that everybody in your life, in your family, your friends, everybody's going to thank you because you're not a crazy person anymore. You're taking action. You're doing something called the micro momentum marketing strategy. And it's such an easy way to start new projects. You can actually use it for anything, but using it to fill up your listing lead pipeline for zero money, people, is the best thing that you could possibly do. And I really want to talk to you about this, and stay to the end because you're going to be blown away by what the last thing this can do for you. My name is Chris Stafford, 30-year listing agent in San Francisco. I'm still working in the trenches, so I know what's working right now. And also the founder of the Listing Collective. It's a coaching group that basically I coach top high-end listing agents to really 10x their business. And I'd love for you to book a call and let's talk about your business, because here is the easiest way that I teach in the Listing Collective to get listings and fill up your listing pipeline with tons of listings, is using the micro momentum marketing strategy, or the triple M approach. It is the easiest thing to do, and let me tell you a couple reasons why. The triple M approach, the micro momentum strategy, is about taking baby steps to do any kind of new marketing strategy, I should say. It's super simple to do because when you take baby steps, what happens is you circumvent the amygdala in the back of your brain. That's your flight or fight response. Because let's just say that you want to start, I don't know, calling your sphere of influence, but you're scared, you're afraid to do it. Well, you start by taking maybe one call, do one call per day to the friendliest people you have in your sphere of influence and ask them for referrals. I mean, I don't care what you have going on in your life or your business. Everybody can call one person a day. I mean, for God's sakes, we're salespeople. We're in marketing. We should be able to make a phone call. But here's the deal. When you start small like this, maybe, if you're going to start knocking on doors or calling expireds or doing Facebook ads or starting a YouTube channel, you take small little itty bitty steps to make that happen. And lo and behold, one thing that it does is it prevents that whole thing about overwhelm. One of the things that a lot of people are really afraid to do is, they see, okay, I want to call expired listings. And then they pull up all the expired listings or all the probate listings or, anything, all the people you have in your sphere of influence. And it's like 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. And what happens? Of course, we go into analysis paralysis. We shut down. We say, this is overwhelming. We can't do this. Forget it. I'm not going to do this ever again. Or we never start. That's the biggest problem. So here's the deal. When you start taking baby steps and just say, okay, I'm going to start calling my SOI and I'm going to call 5 people a week. One a day. That's all I'm going to do. And just have a conversation with them. It doesn't even have to be a salesy, douchey kind of conversation. It can be just a friendly conversation about, hey, this is what's going on in the real estate market. You can use my line that I love to use, which is, hey, the market's crazy right now because we're always looking for more motivated sellers. So if you know anybody thinking about selling, just let me know. That's definitely one thing you want to do. I think it's really important for me that you try to just start off small, because when you start off small, that is when you are going to get over that overwhelm, which is really keeps us from doing a lot of stuff, quite honestly. Also, number 2, the thing is that when you start doing these small things, when you actually start calling that one person a day, you get this sort of like dopamine rush. It's like, yay, I got something done. I actually did something. And you know what that leads to? It leads to confidence, number 1, and it leads to you wanting to do more of it. And there's no better way, I think, than using the micro momentum marketing system to start off small and really build that confidence, because I guarantee you, if you start calling one person a day in your SOI and you do that for 2 or 3 weeks, I can guarantee you that you're going to want to do more of it. And that's the whole concept with the Triple M approach. Get confident, get comfortable doing it, and then you're going to want to do more of it. And guess what that leads to? When you want to do more of it, that leads to getting listing appointments, getting listings, filling up your pipeline with listing leads. That's what it leads to. So it's really super important that you use the Triple M approach, because it builds that confidence and it builds that comfort so that you don't have that, oh my God, I can't do this in my business anymore. And it's almost sort of like a workout, if you will. If you wanted to, I don't know, lift a car, a 2,000-pound car, you're not going to start off by just lifting a 2,000-pound car. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the gym, I hope, and do some weight training and strengthen yourself and eat healthy. It's a process, and that's essentially what the Triple M approach is all about. It's a process to get you to start using new marketing techniques that you're afraid to do, to circumvent that amygdala and get into it and build that comfort and that confidence. And the best part, too, that I really love is that using the Triple M approach, it gives you instant feedback, okay? You don't have to say to yourself, I have to send 100 emails to figure out what's going on. Send one email to your SOI and see what the response is. When you start putting yourself out there, even in just a small way, you're going to get that instantaneous feedback. And what I've learned after 30 plus years as a listing agent is, and this is really super important, what I've learned is that you really have to figure out a way to, how can I say this? You've got to figure out a way to, get into the rhythm of it and not let it scare you and not let it hold you back. And also iterate. And that's the word I was looking for. You want to iterate. So which means that if something's not working, and let's just say you run Facebook ads for 3 weeks and it's not working, you get no leads, well then you change it. Make it pivot, do something different. And taking these small baby steps in different marketing strategies allows you to essentially figure out, okay, what's working and what doesn't work. And if something's not working, pivot and do something else. I just love that whole concept. One of the other things I loved about the Triple M approach is it's free. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this, to call expireds or to call your SOI or to call probates or out-of-area owners. You can get that information for free and you can start off small doing it. You don't have to hire a VA in the Philippines. You don't have to have a $15,000 CRM and all this other stuff. So I think that's super important. And then the other thing that I think the last thing I want to talk about with the micro momentum marketing strategy is that it compounds on itself. Like I was saying earlier, not only are you going to want to do more, but when you start seeing the results of you doing more and your listing lead pipeline fills up and you start getting more listing appointments, that's a good thing. And you're really going to want to continue to do more of it. So the best part of all of this, of course, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't like spending any money to get listings. And there's so many different ways that I can help you that you can do on your own to get listings that don't cost any money. I have tons of videos out there about do not spend money on listing leads. They're just BS. There's so many ways that you can use different marketing strategies to get your own listings and use the Triple M approach or the micro momentum marketing strategy to do that today and get started and try different strategies, iterate, compound, get over that overwhelm, and you are just going to be filled with a dopamine rush like nobody's business. If you want to talk more about this and other techniques we can use to 10x your listings, make sure you hit the link down below in the description and follow me, and you guys have the most blessed day.